Managing clusters. In this video, we will see how to manage Kubernetes clusters in Google Kubernetes Engine. Before we move on, make sure you have enabled Google Kubernetes Engine API. Also, you need to make sure default project and zone has been set. Also, make sure billing is enabled for this project. Now, let's create a brand new cluster with gcloud container clusters create command. It takes some time to create the cluster. We have gone through this process several times in the previous video. So the cluster has been created. To see the details of this cluster, type gcloud container clusters describe command, and you will see the details of this cluster shortly. You can also see the list of all the clusters in the default zone with the gcloud container clusters list command. We can select a default cluster for kubectl command with gcloud container clusters get credentials command followed by the cluster name. We can also set a default cluster for gcloud command with gcloud config set container / cluster command, followed by the cluster name. We can also add or remove zones for a cluster, use the gcloud container clusters update command, followed by the cluster name. Here we also need to specify the current zone for the cluster control plane with option zone, and then all the desired zones include the cluster control plane zone as an array with node locations options.